What's up everyone, it's Ojh&x and we are back at it again, and in this video we're going to cover the Season 9 content preview, giving you everything that I know for the upcoming season. Now, Warcraft Rumble has been in a little bit of a sticky spot at the moment, so the content of this season needs to be good and the delivery needs to be exceptional, so we will see how that goes. But here we go, diving straight into it then. So running the 2nd of October till the 12th of November, or October 2nd to November 12th for anyone who says the date in that direction. There's a new leader coming, Ysera, who's going to be joining the Cenarion family, for those who don't know. Seasonal event, Hallow's End. The new siege is going to be Ironforge. There's going to be an anniversary login event. We've got some pre-season 9 updates that are coming as well. They should be going live, well, soonish, in the next day or so. There's 2 new emotes. Obviously, I don't have the emotes. The pack that we got given for this season's preview was slightly different. It feels a little bit rushed this time. I don't know the reasons behind it, but we don't have the season emotes. Anyway, there's going to be an angry chicken and a banshee scream. Excellent. And then there's quite a lot of bug fixes, which we'll just cover very, very briefly at the end. You can read through that. So anyway, the main bulk of the content, Season 9, is the new leader, Ysera, coming in to the game. There's going to be an event that runs from October the 2nd through to October the 15th, which is going to be spotlighting the new leader. It gives you a chance to unlock, power up, completing special missions, etc. Get yourself some prizes, and there's going to be a rewards tree that goes with it. Now, the overview is that completely different to any other leader that we've got in the game is Ysera is not a playable leader, has no gold cost, has no abilities herself, just is a leader that's in the game, and instead she inserts 4 minis, 2 spells, 2 troops into your army while she is, it says, the active leader. All that means is that when you load into a game and you've chosen Ysera as your leader, that you get these 4 minis that are going to be in your hand at some point. So it doesn't mean active as in on the map. She can't be on the map. She doesn't exist in that fashion. So it says the 4 minis focus on rapid plays, cycling, and buying time to assemble larger pushes. She'll lean very well into Cenarion's existing strengths and give players a fun new leader to play with. I think we will be the judge of that, but hey, this is something completely different. We'll look at the 4 minis in a moment, but talent-wise then, so we've got Recurring Dream. Ysera's minis twice as likely to show up in hand. Now, I'm not sure at the moment if they're on a set rotation or if they kind of show up randomly, or I don't really know the details of actually how this is going to come in. So, speculate or give me your thoughts in the comments if you know more than I do, but at the moment, I'm not sure. So that's a Recurring Dream. We've got Shared Dream, so Hibernate applies to all enemies on the board. We'll talk about what Hibernate means in a minute. And then Corrupted Dream, Emerald Whelps, and Emerald Drake apply twice as much poison. We know the Warcraft Rumble team love a bit of poison. We've got more poison coming into the game. So the 4 new minis are going to be, firstly, a spell, Innovate, generate 4 bonus gold over the next 10 seconds. Then we've got the first of the troops, which is the Emerald Whelps. So there's going to be 3 of those, a menacing trio of poisonous green whelps. The second spell is Hibernate, which puts enemies to sleep, prevents them from moving, prevents them from attacking for 8 seconds unless they're damaged, in which case they wake up and carry on as normal. And the final troop is the Emerald Drake, a fearsome green drake, protects the skies, raining down poison on its foes. So 2 spells, 2 troops. We don't know loads of information about this at the moment. Again, there's some other bits on there about deploy cost and health and damage and all the rest of it. Read through that at your leisure. I'm not even going to try to guess which of these will be any good and which of these will be useless, because I am woefully wrong every single time. The same with the talents. But anyway, let me know down in the comments, what is your initial perception of the minis and the talents for Ysera, and is she going to be any good, essentially? Now, coming later in Season 9, at dates TBC, we haven't heard anything, is the Hallow's End event. So the Headless Horseman will rise at some point in Season 9 for 3 weeks. Going to complete challenges, claim rewards, which is going to include tomes, minis, cosmetics, and all that sort of normal stuff. There's going to be an undead kobold skin, so the kobold getting a makeover for once. 2 new seasonal minis. There's going to be the Dire Batlings and the Headless Horseman himself. I don't know any details about that at all. And not knowing any details about any of these features is going to be a recurring theme. And then there will be some Hallows End tower skins, which apparently will be purchasable. I don't know if that means purchasable with real money or with some in-game currency. But we'll see. There is a new siege coming. Ironforge is coming. Lay siege to Ironforge. Anyone who's played World of Warcraft, Ironforge, one of the kind of founding capitals in the game, full of the dwarfs. We're going to have 3 bosses within that. I don't know anything about Ironforge at all. I don't think any of the content creators know anything about it. We just know it's coming at some point later in Season 9. And on the theme of not knowing anything about anything, the anniversary login event will be coming closer to the anniversary, so it'll be kind of, we're thinking November time. I don't know anything about that at all. Nada. Anyway, that's what's coming later in Season 9. But before Season 9, there are a few things that are that are coming to the game. Now, the thing we've all been waiting for is the new player tutorial. Anyway, there's going to be some new tutorial bits, including new maps and stuff to help new players get around. And it says at the bottom of that paragraph there that this will be active for all new accounts going forward and will help us attract audiences who may not be familiar with games like ours. So this is an incentive to attract new players to the game. I'm not 100% sure that is going to be the case. It might make it easier a little bit for players who've already found the game, but attracting new audience people, I'm not sure. Anyway, there's going to be a Gadget Bonanza event targeted to be going live possibly tomorrow, running for a few days. And that is going to have a number of tasks relating to the grid and the shop to get people to interact with the shop in ways that they might not previously have done, and to increase some familiarity around that. And I suppose based on the success, that event may return in the future. There has been, or there will be, a pretty significant revamp to the Sigil Road. So essentially there's going to be more and better rewards for engagement, retention, and trying to encourage people to push further through the PvE campaign. I think that people normally make pretty good progress through the PvE campaign, and given that there's not a whole lot more PvE, that rushing people or encouraging people to get to the end, I'm not sure that is good for longevity unless they start concentrating on PvP. I'm going off on a tangent. Let me know what you think about that. But anyway, essentially, the rewards are now bracketed. So you get yourself to between 5 and 25. There's 600 coins megatome, and then it's bracketed all the way up there to you've completed the PvE campaign and you're at 160 sigils. So the 2 notes at the bottom is that this is inclusive. So if you got to 152 sigils, you'll get everything that's listed there. So you just need to kind of break that 151 threshold. And existing players will be rewarded based on the number of sigils that they currently have. So and I don't know too much about this either, but obviously people like myself that are at 160 sigils, we've claimed everything on the Sigil Road. But my assumption here is that with this new Sigil Road coming in, is that you get to reclaim all of those rewards again, or all of the new rewards for those milestones that you've already hit, which will be great because looking at it, like I say, I'm not going to go through everything, but there's coins, there's megatomes, there's 2 mythic tomes in the middle there, loads of arc energy, as we know there's a bit of a bottleneck later in the game when you're looking for epics and legendaries, grid overrides, rare aromatics and stuff. So if everybody who's already kind of claimed these achievements or claimed these milestones gets this again, this is going to be huge in the economy to help us, pushing people towards level 10s and 11s, and that might be the point to try to make kind of the PvP a little bit more balanced, and there might be a bit of something going on here now I think about it. Anyway, let me know, what do you think about that? Am I right? Are we trying to help people, level up their minis, make the campaign a little bit easier, make PvP a bit more balanced? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Finally then, an absolute mountain of bug fixes, improvements and optimizations. I'm not talking about every single one of these. All you need to know is that as far as I'm concerned, there is not really anything significant, hugely significant on there. There hasn't been a mention of the spells and the Unbounds bug being fixed. That has been mentioned in Discord and via some other means, that there has been a fix in place that will go with kind of the next significant update, which you would assume is this. But in the list of bug fixes, it hasn't been listed in here. I really, really hope that that has actually been fixed, because that is that has been around for far too long, probably 4 weeks, maybe 5 weeks or so. And in fairness, that's pretty shocking that it's been in for that game. But the bug fixes, generally looking on the right side of the screen here, are fixing things like the Witch Doctor having an absolute turbo beam when Brightwing teleports off somewhere else. So there's some little bits and pieces. There's also some stuff bottom half of the screen there talking about some talent fixes around Ancient of War, Save Pilot, various bits and pieces. Like I say, pause the video, have a read. I'm not going through these one by one. Some fixes to dungeons, some improvements, optimizations to the grid, and improvements for the tutorial for newer players. Again, that's good if we get newer players. If you get new players in, then you don't want the learning curve to be really, really steep. So I do think that some of this is probably of benefit, especially if it's going to be people are finding it quite complicated. Then things like this to help new players stick around are only going to be a good thing. But I haven't known that be a problem, but you know, maybe it is. Finally then, and this is the last page, unlinked accounts. So players who've received a connection error and were unable to log into their guest account, unlinked account, should now be able to log into that account instead of being stuck in a connection error loop. Please note, guest accounts, unlinked accounts are saved locally on your device. That is kind of a bit of advice which is coming a little bit late in the day. I don't know if this means that the guest account issue or the unlinked account issue has been fixed. I'm not sure. Was this a second issue regarding guest accounts? Because I would have thought that if people's lost guest accounts had now been recovered, that there would be a bit of an announcement about that. But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe this is it. Maybe this is all fixed, or maybe there was a separate issue altogether. If I'm honest, I haven't been affected by this, so I'm not, you know, completely up to speed with all of the guest account issues, but it seems like there's been some progress made on unlinked accounts, which can only be a good thing. More grid overrides, so modest Tinker's Gem, major Tinker's Gem, okay, that's all good stuff. Some gold, so Moonglade quests and Arclight surges. Gold that bosses receive during a match has been slightly adjusted. Now, it doesn't say if it's been adjusted to mean they get more or less gold, just been adjusted. So I suppose we'll soon find out if the AI is overrunning us with minis, and we're thinking, where on earth is all that gold coming from? That it'll be this tweak here. So we'll see. I don't know if, like I said, I don't know if that adjustment is good or bad. And then the performance, there's been some load times. They're always looking at doing optimizations as the game grows and to support stability and crashes and all that sort of stuff. Anyway, that is everything that's coming in Season 9. That also covers some things that are coming just before Season 9 and some things that are coming kind of in the latter stages of Season 9. As far as I'm concerned, there are some decent things in here. Ysera is a leader. We've had nothing like that before. We're really interested to see how the 4 minis, the 2 spells and the 2 minis, and the 2 troops, sorry, are integrated in that. I think that'll be interesting. A new siege in Ironforge. To be honest, if it's anything like the Stormwind siege at the moment, then most people are going to steamroll that. But there might be some rewards that come with that are going to just help with people's account progression. The Sigil Road thing could be really, really good. But yeah, I'm really interested in hearing your thoughts. My final thought is that as good as the content is, if this gets delivered and comes with a whole host of new bugs, it'll be worth nothing. So I don't want to put a dampener on this, but there are 2 parts to this. There needs to be a content element that is engaging and has some longevity to it, but there also needs to be a delivery that goes significantly better than pretty much every update to date. Anyway, that's all I've got for you. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.